Alright, welcome back to another not really a playthrough. So anyway, TX9 seems embarrassed for some reason. I have no idea why that is. And I'm talking to random things. Okay, so now, my verdict right now for Pokemon Gold, HeartGold is, I'm very, never mind. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is, if I made it! I forgot one thing! Here, take, this is another token from me, take it. The guy gent loaded the map card. Okay. Now this is my complaint about Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver right now. There's a lot of them, I'll tell you them later, but right now it's the fact that this game spoon feeds you all this stuff that you need at the beginning, right at the beginning. You know, it gives it to you, it feeds it to you. In the old ones, especially the color generations, it was more like, hey, welcome to the world of Pokemon, now go ahead and find stuff yourself. And there was hardly any story-based interruptions that this game has so much of at the beginning. Keeps interrupting us all the time. To me, it's just not as adventurous or interesting, especially since I've played all the old Pokemon games already, and I have to suffer through this constant, you know, press A button to stop them from talking. Oh, hooray. Oh, hooray, TX9 gained 15 experience points. Sorry for skipping on the video, but you know, wild Pokemon get really tedious and everybody knows that. Oh look, an apricorn! Are there berries in the old one? What's going on here? Oh look, the old guy that gives you some sort of berries or something. How kind of you! Do you have any apricorns? Apricorn trees bear fruit once a day. Apricorns are really something. You can make Pokeballs and other things. They're quite useful. I have a feeling this was meant to be. I'm so happy that I'll give you this. That's queer. Nice. So we got an apricorn box. I don't remember what it was in the old games, but I think it was something to do with berries. So, and I like berries, and I think berries are a cool thing. And something tells me they've taken out the berries. And why? Metapod! Metapod, Marowak, good fairy! Awesome, an old Pokemon. I love those. I'm sorry I'm gonna do a lot of these because wild Pokemon are really annoying to sit through. And for some reason I'm getting really unlucky and every step I take there's a wild Pokemon. So, time to get to Mr. Pokemon's house. Oh, see what I'm talking about? You've got to be kidding. I'll make it, yes! Okay, let's see this. Okay, great, apricorn. I got a pink apricorn. Now I can use this pink apricorn to do Pokeball-related things, I guess. Unless they made up some new feature for Soul Silver or Heart Gold. Ah, look at that, nice and colorful. I remember the old one, it was weird. And those computers are still there with the weird wires or cables or whatever. And Mr. Pokemon, there he is, that poor man.
This is what I want Professor Elm to examine.
Obtain the mystery egg. And we all know that contains Togepi. From Ecruteak, huh? I bet you can't find this kind of egg in... What? What do you mean? They all look the same. I thought Professor Elm might be able to tell us what this is. So, they've never heard of Pokemon eggs. Ever. What, were they living under caves? What is going on here? Like, that's what I don't understand. I mean, I know in real life it makes sense because it wasn't in the older games, but when the Pokemon world... What? They've just discovered Pokemon genders? Really? Are they lazy or something? They've just discovered Pokemon breeding? I mean, this makes no sense. And what is he doing? I really wonder what they do under when it's dark. And here's Professor Oak, the all-star of the Pokemon series. And with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon... Yes, we know. We saw your ugly, hideous jacket in the intro of this game. So you flip. Yes. This guy has Alzheimer's. I was just visiting my friend, Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. In all these hundreds of years when Pokemon existed in this world, you didn't find out about their genders or breeding. Wait, what? Cyndaquil's a rare Pokemon? Really? So Professor Elm would just give all these kids these rare Pokemon. I always thought that Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and Totodile were pretty common. I always thought all the starters were pretty common. I mean, we all have them whenever we played this game, so... Yeah, I'm not really helping him very much. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. Yeah, Professor Oak and his stupid
Treat them with love and care.
little speeches here.
Ah, you seem to be dependable. Would you like to help me out?
Oh, Professor Oak always sending these kids to help him out for free, even though he should have just done it himself, and just forcing them into this sort of little quest of his to
Discover all the Pokemon.
And he gives you this new Pokédex, which is a good deal, but you have no option to not choose to help Professor Oak, because what if you don't really want to catch all the Pokemon, and whatever. Oh wow, now he has a radio show. Talk about exploiting yourself.
I have a feeling that this is not the last time we'll meet.
Yeah, I know.
Let's exchange numbers just to be on the safe side.
Oh, of course, let's exchange numbers. Whew. Why didn't they have this in all the versions after Gold and Silver? And it just came back now in the remakes. Who knows? Well, now that Professor Oak forced us into this little quest of his, this little errand. Yeah, go away, Mr. Pokemon. And, now it's time to head back. And get interrupted once again by Professor Elm. But this is in the old one, so I'm fine with it. It's awesome. It's just terrible! What should I do? Oh no. Professor Elm's such a weenie. Well, time to help him. Knowing Professor Elm, he probably just lost a sock somewhere and he's wanting me to find it, just like everybody else wanting me to do stupid errands in this world. And we got a wild Pokemon.
Caterpie.
Now that we've not caught Caterpie, because it's lame. Oh! This doesn't happen to all of you, does it? You guys probably just easily just slide through this wonderful place, and I have to be tortured by all these Pidgeys! Alright, time to have Cynical follow me, which I will never be able to escape. That's so stupid. Really, I'm serious. I do have a problem with that. Why can't you not have your Pokemon follow you for once? I mean, I know it's fun and everything, but seriously, where's the creative freedom that I really liked, and that's the whole point of the Pokemon games to me. Back to Pokemon Center. Let's forward this part, cause it's boring. And fight the mysterious red-haired boy, who is probably Giovanni's son, because Giovanni's son has red hair. Hey, I like the new instrumentation.
You got a Pokemon at the lab? What a waste. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Don't get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean.
Ooh, look at that. Versus little skinny boy. Wasn't that skinny in the old one? Everybody's just started not eating, throwing up after eat. Okay. Now it's time for this ultimate fight. TX9 is at level 6 because I thought of leveling it up because I knew this battle was coming. Of course, everybody did, unless you're, I don't know, 5 when you started playing this game, which you are the minority of, most likely. And here we go. So, the verdict is I really don't like how rigidly the beginning is set, and how much of a crutch it is for me. I think the part of the realism of the older games is that you didn't get everything explained to you at the beginning, and you have to start learning it yourself. Whereas here, like the old guy at Cherry Grove, they just interrupt you and give you crap you will need, instead of just having you find it out yourself. You know what I mean? Now, my memory of the old games is a bit rusty, and who knows, I might be dead wrong about this, but that's why I'm on YouTube, and that's why this is on YouTube, and that's why you can comment and tell me if I'm wrong or not. And hope you don't blindly go, the new stuff is the best, oh my god! Anyway, I killed that Totodile. Piece of crap. Die! I mean, faint. So do trainers all the time come in the middle of the fight and say some quirky thing? You're too slow. Humph, are you happy you won? I got 500. Poke, whatever.
Do you want to know who I am? I'm gonna be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer.
Fine. Good riddance. Oh, is this a new edition here?
Give it back, that's...
Oh, so there's the reason for knowing his name. Guess that works. I mean, we've got so much more memory and storage in these new cartridges that we couldn't in the old games. Dun, 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 dun. I really like the new instrumentation of this. It's very relaxing, calm. Dun, 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 dun. I wish more of these. Oh, a wild Pokemon. I'll take this time to say that I wish more of the instrumentations that the remakes had made a little bit less gimmicky. Like here, you can hear all the trumpets and a little too much for me. I think it's a little too heavy, but that's just me. You know, I like this kind of music. It's very nice and crap. The gods must be frowning at me. It's always that Pidgey. It's the same level 2 Pidgey. It's the same male level 2 Pidgey. It's been following me around all this time. Is that a new addition too? Poke Stalkers?